Questioner is Daniel Baum. He is a college student. Daniel.
Hey, Daniel.
Hi. How do you plan on enacting all of the legislative goals you propose without immense congressional involvement and support? In other words, are you solely relying on executive actions to push your legislative agenda?
No, I couldn't be doing that. That's unconstitutional and it can't happen. This is what I do believe. I believe, for example, and I look at you as a young man, that I want to see public colleges and universities tuition-free. I want to create millions of jobs rebuilding our crumbling infrastructure. I want to guarantee health care to all people. I want to make sure that women have pay equity on the job. And I want to do a lot of other things. So I will answer your question in two ways. First of all, I have worked with Republicans where there has been common ground for many, many years. A couple of years ago, I was the chairman of the Senate Committee on Veterans Affairs. I'm working with people like John McCain, Jeff Miller over in the House. He was chairman in the House Republican. We put together the most comprehensive veterans health care bill in the modern history of America. Okay, so number one, I can work with Republicans. But here is the second point, and I'm the only candidate who will tell you this, that at the end of the day, you've got a Congress today where too many members are worried about securing large campaign contributions from very, very wealthy people. In fact, one of the differences between Secretary Clinton and I, she has a super PAC, collected a whole lot of money from Wall Street. I've got 5 million individual contributions averaging $27 apiece. Now, I say that not to brag. Well, I'm bragging, but you know, that what goes on in Washington now is Congress is not listening to you, Congress is not listening to the people in this room and the needs of ordinary people. Congress is listening to Wall Street, the multinational corporations, the large campaign contributors. And what I have said throughout this campaign, and I repeat tonight, no president, not Bernie Sanders or anybody else, can do it alone. So to fundamentally answer your question, what we need are millions of people, many of whom have given up on the political process in disgust, many young people who have not been involved in the political process. We need them to come together and demand that we have a government in this country that represents all of us and not just wealthy campaign contributors.
But thank you, Daniel. To follow up on Daniel, I mean, you have some bold prescriptions for the country.
Yes.
And you're dealing with, right now, a Republican Congress. So how do you convince that Republican Congress to do exactly opposite of what they believe?
In two ways. For a start, if I become president, it will mean that there will be a massive voter turnout. And that's what we're seeing just the other day in Maine, where I got 64% of the vote in the caucus, broke their caucus record for turnout. In Kansas, broke their caucus record. If I win, it will mean that young people and working class people are coming out in large numbers. If that happens, the Republicans will not continue to control the United States Senate. They'll have a lot less seats in the House. But here is the point. If the American people begin to stand up and fight for their rights, for example, there's overwhelming support in this country, Brett, to raise the minimum wage. Republicans don't want to do it. But if Republicans look out and millions of people are engaged and say, you know what, you are going to raise the minimum wage or you're going to learn what unemployment is, you know what will happen? Minimum wage will go up. If women become mobilized and say, sorry, we are tired of working for 79 cents on the dollar compared to men, you better vote for pay equity, it will change. So my point is, change in this country, whether it is the civil rights movement, the women's movement, the gay movement, whatever it is, workers' rights movement, always comes from the bottom on up. And that's what this campaign is about, mobilizing millions of people to demand that Congress listen to them. Change happens then.
Who's your favorite Republican?
I'll tell you something funny. I won't tell you I have favorite Republicans, people I work with. If I tell you that person, it will be a disservice to that person.